Hey guys. Okay, so in my last Q&A, I had a question come up that was, is YouTube your full-time job? And the answer was no, YouTube is not my full-time job. I work 40 hours a week on top of uploading my drum covers, my lesson videos, and the occasional tutorial video on the side. So that sparked a bunch of follow-up questions from you guys along the lines of, how do you work 40 hours a week and find time to learn the songs, make the videos, edit the videos, and work out? How do you get all that done in a week? So I decided to make this video. This video is essentially going to be me breaking down my weekly calendar, what my schedule looks like, and how I time manage. So in a lot of ways, you could say this video is really about time managing. I have here opened up my personal calendar. What I did was I went to the week of the 11th to the 17th. So today is the 11th and the 17th is next Saturday. I plugged in everything I do in the run of a week. I don't actually use a calendar every week because I pretty much do the exact same thing every single week. The same thing on the same days, so there's no real need to write this stuff down. But because I wanted a bit of a graphic that I could show you guys what it looks like, I did plug it into the calendar and I'm going to be sharing with you what you see on my screen here. Now, just before I start running you through what each day looks like, I want to stress that if this video motivates you, if it helps you, if it encourages you in any way, please make sure to share this with somebody who this could also benefit. One of the sort of defining pillars of my channel is that you can come here to learn stuff. I really introduced that concept and stressed it when I started to do the lesson videos. Now I have tutorials in the works and I have a couple already posted. That being said, I really do care about helping you guys along, because the reason I've managed to do any of the stuff that I've done so far is because I spent a lot of time watching other people's tutorials on YouTube. So making videos like this is really a big way for me to give back. And I hope that you will all help me in helping as many people as possible. Okay, without further ado, let's dive right into what my week looks like. So I'm gonna start with Sunday the 11th, which is the day that I'm recording this video. This calendar I'm gonna run you through is not actually what I'm doing today. I plugged in what it would look like on a regular week. Today's schedule looks a little bit different because I'm not filming a cover this Sunday. That means that there will not be a new lesson video and cover on Wednesday, and that's because, as a lot of you already know, that I broke my kick pedal. I got a new kick pedal in, and you're gonna see a video on what kick pedal I chose and why come up very soon. But unfortunately, that means that I did not have enough practice time to get a cover out for this Wednesday. However, next Wednesday, the 21st, I will be back at it with another drum lesson and drum cover. So that being said, I'm gonna run you through hypothetically what Sundays usually look like. So as you can see here, the first event in my day is around 9 a.m. I get out of bed. I actually got out of bed today at 8 a.m., but we're just gonna roll with 9 because usually on Sundays it's 9. Sunday mornings, my girlfriend's usually here too, hanging out with me, so we usually have a pretty big Sunday breakfast. Takes about an hour to prep and clean up. Moving from that, around 10 a.m., I head down to the basement where my mini studio is, and I start setting up for the day's drum cover. I take about 3 hours to do this because in the prep of setting up, I also am gonna shower, I'm gonna shave, I'm gonna get a quick warm up in before I hit the kit, I'm gonna get all my lights in place, I'm gonna take my hi-hat stand off of my electric kit, put it on my acoustic kit, take my kick pedal off of my electric, same thing, put it on the acoustic, and just get the area nice and clean. Sometimes I even vacuum if there's some clutter on the floor. So then you'll see the next section that's time blocked is 1 to 6 p.m. It's a 5-hour period that I have titled Film. That is the period in which I record my drum lesson and my drum cover that I usually post on Wednesdays. During that 5-hour block, I'm going to be doing all of the video, I'm going to be doing all of the talking, all of the cymbal recording, the shell recording, how I do it separate, as you've seen in my how to make a drum cover video. If you haven't seen that video, you can find a link to it in the description below, where I really go into detail into what happens during those 5 hours. But to sum it up, that's the block of time that I put aside to handle everything that goes into my drum covers. Moving along, the next timestamp we're going to come to here is 6 p.m. on Sunday night. That's usually around when I'm done actually filming it. Once I'm done filming it, I'm going to take a quick second to clean up the space. Only takes 5 to 10 minutes. I usually leave it to a following day to actually do a thorough job in cleaning it because I'm so exhausted at this point from actually filming the cover. So at 6 p.m., I'll take off out of the basement and I'll head up to the room I'm sitting in right now, which is my studio sort of editing room. Once everything's brought up here and I'm chilling after the video, I start with rough editing. Biggest things I want to accomplish in that 2-hour period is I'm going to import all of the different angles. So I'm going to plug my SD card out of my camera into my computer. I'm going to drop in all of the different video angles. I'm going to start doing a rough mix on the audio, and then I'll open up some new sessions in my different recording suites. So I'll already have a session going for the audio, and I'll start a new session in my Adobe Premiere suite, and I'll start a new session in my iMovie suite. So after editing, I'm going to stop once I have a couple just of the rough sort of templates set up, and then I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed around 8 8 p.m. And now, after sleeping, we're on to Monday. Monday, I'm gonna wake up at 2 a.m. This is gonna mean I'm only gonna get about 5 hours of sleep from Sunday to Monday. That's okay because I got a ton of sleep Friday and Saturday, and we're gonna come back to that later. But this is the night of the week between Sunday and Monday. That's the night that I'm gonna get the least amount of sleep. My 2 a.m. wake up is about a 30-minute process. I'm gonna get out of bed. I usually don't set any snoozes. I just jump up because I'm so used to this cycle. I'm gonna jump up out of bed and then head downstairs and make a quick cup of coffee, take my vitamins, my supplements, and then come up and sit down at the computer with a cup of black coffee and get to work. And that brings us to 2:30. So it took about a half an hour to go down and just sort of wake up and run through my morning routine. Maybe in that half an hour, I check my Instagram a little bit. I probably posted the day's teaser, some stuff like that. And then I'll sit down around 2:30 with my black coffee and get ready to start editing. My Monday editing session is gonna be from 2:30 to 4:30 a.m. As you see, it's blocked off right there in red. This 2-hour session is going to be the entirety of my drum cover. I'm gonna edit it from front to back. So I'll put all the angles in place, I'll do all the audio, I'll edit and finalize the mix, and I'll have all the titles and everything in place so that I can upload it once this 2-hour session is done. I do almost all the editing for the drum covers inside of iMovie. So this whole 2-hour period, I've been in iMovie. Then I upload it. I don't upload it published, I upload it unlisted. The reason why is because in my drum lesson videos, I take timestamps from the uploaded video to reference where we are in the lesson video. As you guys, I'm sure, have noticed and seen by now. That means that I actually have to have the drum cover uploaded beforehand. So I upload the drum covers on Monday. While the video is actually running the upload, I am practicing. So I start the upload after the 2-hour session at 4:30, and then I head downstairs and I get on my electric kit. I'm only gonna have about an hour and a half of practice, maybe some days 2 hours. The reason why is because a big chunk of my morning has been taken up by editing those 2 hours. So in this hour and a half of practicing, I'm gonna figure out the intro, the first verse, and maybe even the first chorus of whatever song I'm learning next. That's typically where I like to leave off come the end of that session. So my goal for Monday's practice session is get to the end of the first chorus and start the post-chorus. Big reason why is because typically the post-chorus is the intro, so I probably already know the post-chorus, and then we can just start on verse 2 the following day and move on from there. After my 4:30 to 6 a.m. practice, we're gonna move into the next blue chunk here, and this is my workout time. So I do have a home gym that I work out in. It's just on the other side of my basement. I'm gonna get up off the electric and head on over there and start whatever day's exercise I'm doing. Mondays are designated for chest, so we're gonna do a chest session. It's gonna be about 45 minutes to an hour long. After that session's over, we're looking at 7 a.m. From 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m., I'm going to be getting ready for work. I'll go upstairs, I'll take my protein powder, I'll take a second helping of vitamins and supplements, and I'll pack a lunch for the day. I haven't eaten yet or consumed anything other than the protein shake. All right, cool, so now that I'm ready for work at 7:30, I'm gonna head off to work. That's what this brown box is here. It's about a 30-minute commute for me to get to my home, to my work. So I get to work around 8 a.m. and I'll start my shift. We're gonna scroll through all that. There's nothing really to talk about there. That's work there from 8 to 4. And I get off at 4. And then I have another brown block here. That's my travel time. So my travel, that's my commute home from 4 to 4:30. I'm gonna get home around 4:30, and the first thing I'm gonna do is drop everything and run up to the computer and start editing. So now I've got an hour and a half from 4:30 to 6 to edit. This is going to be a continuation on the morning session. If I didn't get the drum cover done and uploaded in the morning, then I'm gonna finish it off and upload it at this time. If I did manage to get it done, which more often than not I do these days, I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna start on the lesson video. The lesson video is about a 10 times longer process than the drum covers themselves. Part of the reason for that is because I've edited so many drum covers at this point, it just is so quick and smooth for me to get through, and I just know what I'm doing. And then the other reason is because it takes a lot longer to make a lesson video, just simply because of how long the video turns out to be. Usually my lesson video will be anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, whereas the drum covers are no more than 4 typically. In lesson videos too, there's a lot of things I have to do. I have to actually cut apart all of the talking parts, drop them in an order. I have to add titles. I have to line up all the drums in each section that I'm running you through. So there's definitely a lot more to it. That's why I typically take a lot longer, closer to 3 to 4 sessions to actually edit my lesson videos. The next chunk of time that we're gonna come to is my 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. block. Inside this block, I have it labeled in blue here. That guy is just free time. I do one of 3 things, and I have them labeled there as video games, /relax, /meal prep. Maybe sometimes once I'm done editing, I'll go and make some kind of meal. I eat on a specific diet. I follow the ketogenic diet. So because of that, I do have to cook a lot of my own meals. If my meal prep for the week's already done, I don't really need to handle that for the next day, or I've just decided that I'm tired and I need a rest, and I'll just do boiled eggs the next day or something like that. Then I'll sit down and my girlfriend and I will log on World of Warcraft or one of the other games we play together, and we'll do about an hour session before I go to sleep. I'm in bed usually by 7 p.m. Although I gotta tell you, I push it to 8 far too frequently. I try to be in bed by 7 p.m. So that wraps up my Monday for you. Now we're gonna go to Tuesday. Monday night I'll go to bed at 7 p.m. and then I'll sleep all the way to my same wake up time as Monday, again, 2 a.m. That gives me 7 hours of sleep. It's not ideal, but it's what I gotta do to get these videos done. Now my Tuesday schedule is pretty much exactly the same. I'm gonna run through it real quick, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are all structured exactly the same. Thursday and Friday, we have a little bit of a change. Here's why, I'll show you. So I'm gonna get up at 2, and I'm gonna do that half an hour again, wake up. And after that, I'm gonna start editing. I'll be continuing editing where I left off the night before. Now we're really into sort of the meat and potatoes of the lesson video at this point. Then I'm gonna get off 4:30 a.m. I'm gonna get off the editing. I'm gonna head downstairs, start practicing on my electric kit. I'll practice again, an hour and a half on Tuesdays. Maybe I'm ahead in the editing and I can sort of squeeze in an extra half an hour and take it out of the editing session. So that's what I'll try and do by this day so I can get 2 hours on the kit. But at very minimal, I aim for an hour and a half Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning's session is going to include me learning the second verse. That's usually where I'll start. The second pre-chorus if there is one, and the second chorus I'll have down so that I have everything up until the bridge done by Tuesday. Then at 6 a.m. I stop drumming and I start working out again, just the same as Monday. The only difference for this guy here is instead of doing chest like I did on Monday, I'm doing my first leg day on Tuesday morning. I'll stop working out after 45 minutes to an hour at 7 a.m. and I will get ready for work. That includes packing the lunch if I need to, taking the protein shake, throwing back some more supplements, getting a shower if I need to, that kind of stuff. And then at 7:30, I'll head off to work. It takes me 30 minutes, as you can see, as I've already mentioned. We get to work for 8 and we work from 8 till 4. 4, I leave and I commute home. It takes about 30 minutes to get home again. And at 4:30, we run upstairs and we are continuing the editing process now. By this time, I'm pretty much done. I'm doing all of the final touches and I'm getting ready to upload it the following morning. Then again, same thing. 6 p.m. I'm gonna stop editing. I'm gonna take an hour break for myself. I'm gonna do any meal prep if I need to. I'm gonna relax, maybe cook a quick meal, or I'll slack and do something simple. Depends on the day. And then maybe some video games until bedtime. Bedtime, again, 7 p.m., but a lot of the time it gets pushed to 8. And then Wednesday, we're looking at the exact same thing. So I'm gonna roll through this pretty quick. Okay, so Wednesday at 2:30 a.m. As you can see, I have a different label on this guy. Not just edit/upload. So this will be Wednesday morning. I'm uploading and finishing off the cover because I do upload my videos. Usually I get them up around 4 a.m. I'll do whatever final touches need to be done. I'll start the upload and I'll go into YouTube and actually edit in my creator studio, make sure all of the tags are in place, make sure my monetization is turned on for whatever videos it needs to be turned on for, make sure the descriptions make sense and include everything that needs to be in the video, go through and add any cards that need to appear at different times, and then of course prep the end screen, which is just simply choosing what videos I want to feature at the end of that video. I'll do all that during that 2-hour editing session on Wednesday mornings. So that brings us to 4:30 a.m. where I've probably posted my drum cover at this point. 9 times out of 10 I did post the drum cover at this point. Sometimes I have to wait till my editing session after work, but most of the time I have it up at this point. So 4:30 I'll start practicing, and on Wednesday's session we are finalizing the song. I'm getting the bridge down, I'm getting the final chorus, if there's a B-side or whatever it is, I'm figuring that out, and then I'm figuring out the outro. That means that for Thursday and Friday I have the song learned and it's just about rehearsing it. There's no more learning come Thursday and Friday. At 6 a.m. again I stop with the practice and I head on over to the weights. Now Wednesday is my arm day, so I'm gonna do triceps, biceps, and forearms. Once my workout's done at 7 a.m., same thing, we're gonna get ready for work, we're gonna drive to work, we're gonna go to work, we're gonna work till 4, we're gonna get off, we're gonna commute home, and we're doing editing. I do have a chunk of time designated for editing on Wednesday nights when I get home. But is that 4? Well, that's the chunk of time that I take to actually chop up those teasers that I post to Instagram, and I'll go on my social media and try and promote my video a little bit, catch up with any notifications I have, reply to some comments. I'll spend a lot of time doing that Wednesday night after work. I have it allocated here as an hour and a half. It doesn't usually take me an hour and a half, 45 minutes would suffice, but just to be safe, I leave about an hour and a half of time for that. And then same thing, 6 to 7, I'm playing video games, I'm meal prepping, I'm doing whatever I need to do. It's just free time, relaxing until I gotta go to bed, kind of winding down at the end of the day. So come 7 p.m. on Wednesday, just as it has been for all the other days during the week, I'm in bed. Now we've got a little bit of a change up to my morning routine come Thursday. The reason why is there's no more editing to be done. That is why I wanna have the song learned in time for Thursday, because I know that there's no more editing, which means that I'm gonna get, as you can see, a longer practice session. That's where we're gonna start. Woke up, took about a half an hour to get some coffee in me, whatever I need, some supplements, and then I hit the drums. And this is a very long session. 2:30 to 6 a.m. I am finalizing everything here. I am making sure every fill is note for note. I am going back through and playing it, and every time I start from the beginning of the song, if I miss a single fill, if I miss a single note, if a roll is wrong, if a choke is missed, it does not matter what it is, I am stopping at that point and I'm going back to the beginning of the song. I do not allow myself to finish a song if there's a mistake in it. So that'll be Thursday's session. As you can see, definitely a bit of a longer one. And then after that, we're moving on to, so Thursday at 6 a.m. just on all the other days, I start my workout. Thursday's session is legs. This is my second leg day. Now, some weeks I do 2 leg days. Other weeks I do a leg day and then a yoga day. So some weeks, depending on how I'm feeling, depending on how my body's feeling and how it's taking the cover, taking the drumming, sometimes I get pain and tenseness in through my wrists, especially if I'm having a lot of strong workouts that day and then I'm learning a song on top of it. I can get a lot of cramps going on through my chest and through my arms and into my wrists. So some weeks I'll use the second leg day, Thursday, as a yoga session to sort of open all of that up, and maybe a yoga plus a 15-minute sort of light cardio, depending on how I'm feeling. Then we come to 7, same thing, we're gonna get ready for work. We're gonna drive to work, go to work at 8 to 4. I'm gonna come home, get home around 4:30, and now we are just chilling. It's Thursday night, and I've had a long week and I still got 1 day to go, so we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna spend an hour making a decent meal, because I haven't really spent a whole lot of time throughout the week. I'm gonna chill, play some video games, just sort of kick back. And then same thing, 7 p.m. we're going to bed. Now, we're here at Friday, just capping off the end of the week. Friday's routine is exactly the same as Thursday's with one difference, and that is the fact that instead of doing leg day during my workout, as you can see here, I'm going to do back and shoulders. Now, Friday's practice routine is the most important of the entire week. The reason why is because this is the last session I'm going to have until I film the cover that I've been practicing all week. So we are gonna go hard. I'm gonna make sure, just as I did with Thursday, I shouldn't be making any mistakes at this point. It should be one after another, just on repeat. I'll sit down and I'll literally take my iPad or my phone and I'll plug in my cable to my mixer and I will just loop that song so that it's just repeating, and I'll do that for the entire session, just getting it as ingrained as possible. I'm also fleshing out exactly what kind of stick tricks I want to be performing in certain sections of the song at this point. And then we come to my 6 a.m. workout, and we're going to be doing back and shoulders to finish off the week. Moving out of back and shoulders, get ready for work, commute to work, so a 30-minute commute, and we're going to go to work from 8 to 4 p.m., commute home, 4:30, same thing. Friday night, we are chilling, video games, whatever it is, hanging out. Maybe my girlfriend will come over for the weekend, I'll pick her up from the train station, bring her here kind of thing, and I'll just kind of hang out, play some multiplayer games, whatever it is, whatever's going on. And then even though it is a Friday, I am gonna go to bed still pretty early. I don't usually go out, I don't spend a whole lot of time socializing, so I'll just kind of go to sleep when I need to. And because I get up so early, by 7 p.m. on a Friday night, I am drained. I am good to go to sleep. So we're passing out then. Now that brings us to Saturday. Saturday is rest day. I don't have a start time for anything on Saturdays. Saturday is just about getting as much sleep as possible, spending a lot of the day in bed, maybe watching some YouTube videos and hanging out. I'll play some video games on Saturdays, maybe watch a couple movies, eat as much as possible. But yeah, overall, it's just a chill day to recover from what I've been doing throughout the week. And the biggest thing I am getting ready for is the next day. I want to be as well rested, well hydrated as I can so that I can wake up Sunday morning and destroy that video that I have to film. So Sunday, then we're going to wake up around 9, just as I mentioned before. We're gonna get a big hearty breakfast. Then we're gonna start setting up, including in setting up, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that's gonna be showering and whatever else I need to do, maybe a quick warm up on the kit. Then I'm gonna sit down at the actual kit and start filming and go through the entire process. Then we have our chunk of time, our 2 hours to start the editing process briefly. We go to sleep around 8 or 9. Now, because I sleep until 9 a.m. on Sundays, and because I sleep very late on Saturdays, sometimes even until 12 noon on Saturdays, I get a lot, sometimes up to 18 hours sleep on Saturdays. Because of this, I usually can't get to bed very early on Sunday nights. I put 8 p.m. because that's what I aim for, but a lot of times I'm staying up till 9, maybe even 10 p.m. on Sunday nights, and I'm getting very little sleep on Sunday night to Monday morning when I wake up at 2 a.m. That's okay though, because that kind of restarts my schedule so that I can actually get home Monday night and go to bed. We made it. That's a week in my life. That's what it looks like on paper. I hope this video helps you guys. If you've got something that you're really working hard to do and you want to do and you're struggling in ways because you just don't have enough time, maybe this video helped you think about your time management skills a little bit differently. Maybe it gave you some ideas for how you can get the most out of your day. This is how I manage to do what I need to do so that I can get my YouTube videos up every week. This is sort of just the optimal rhythm that I've fallen into over years of trying to figure out how to get here. Now that I've sunk into this, it's sort of the most stable way for me to get the videos up and be able to do all the other things that I need to keep up with on the side. If you liked this video, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are not subscribed. If you know somebody that this video could benefit, please, I encourage you to share the video with them. Let me know in the comment section below of what you think of this weekly schedule. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for checking it out. If you want to connect with me further, you can hit me up at any of my social media pages. The links are on the screen for you and in the description below. Thanks so much, and I will see you guys soon with something new.